All right, we are live. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to everybody who is watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to turn my music off. I'm here with some lovely ladies of Maryland Cannabis. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about how the night's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and patch Aisha in. Aisha, we are live.
Thank you. I made it.
You made it?
Yes.
You made it. So a few things. We're going to go over a little bit of housekeeping. How we'll go over questions and comments is that we'll do it in a bit of a round robin. As you can see, everyone to my left and back in a full circle. So super excited about this panel. Tonight's panel is Women Make Moves. We are celebrating the achievements and the stories of some of the movers and shakers in the cannabis industry. If you are not familiar with who I am, hello, I am Keisha. I'm the CEO of the Maryland Cannabis Community Partnership, and I've got a bit of a story, so hang on there with me. A bit about the partnership is we've got a big mission. Our mission is to build a more informed cannabis community through all counties, including Baltimore City. So join us along for this ride. I'm super excited. A year ago, we had our first membership meeting in April, and unfortunately, due to COVID-19 coronavirus, we are doing this virtually, but I'm super excited to bring these energies, these personalities, these organizations, these empires to you tonight because they have some great stories to share. A bit about myself. I started in the cannabis industry as a patient. I joined the Maryland medical program in 2016. Was very excited to get into the industry and learn about what exactly was going on and to kind of heal some of the ailments and things that I felt cannabis really brought a bit of resolution to. And 2 years later, in 2018, a group of myself, some other patient advocates, some industry workers, we got together and we started the partnership because we realized that there wasn't much outreach or transparency coming from our regulatory bodies. Our providers who were entering into the network, they were just blindsided. They paid their fee and they didn't necessarily get the proper training in endocannabinoid science or in just using cannabis, right? And so we also realized that there wasn't any education for patients. I can't tell you, it took me a year before I actually learned what a dab was. I understood what cannabis and marijuana was and how it affected brown and Black people. My family was definitely impacted by the war on drugs. I've seen cousins, nephews, uncles torn away from my family and put into federal prison with a dime bag thrown on top of it. So my mission and my passion with this particular organization is to bring that awareness, to make sure that no one else has to spend a holiday, no one else has to miss a big moment and achievement. And those who have re-entered into society from that legacy market are able to enter into the industry at an even playing field. So that is what the partnership is about. That's what my passion is. And I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to the left here and have everyone introduce themselves. I think I'm going to be the moderator for tonight. So before we get into telling the stories and giving a little bit of background about the panelists, I've got a few housekeeping rules. So just to let you know, if you're watching us live, you can see the comments. You can actually place a comment, and those comments can be placed live just like this. So go ahead, feel free to show some love, give our panelists, the glory that they are, share some experiences in the comments, have your conversations there, but please be respectful. And if you have any questions, just know that they will be answered after we get through ours. Just no shade, just let us tell the stories and we'll get there, all right? So go ahead to my left.
Let's go. Hello, everybody. My name is Nikedra Cromwell. I'm a patient, caregiver, advocate, recovery coach.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adria Moore. I am a patient support specialist at Nature's Medicines Crofton. I have a background in nursing. I've been a registered nurse for almost 15 years now. And I in this for the long haul. I like helping people, and I love seeing how the difference between people when they first come into our dispensary, and it's their initial time. They're really nervous, and you can kind of see some of their symptoms manifesting physically, and then by their third or fourth visit, you see them start to morph into who they really are. All right.
Hey everybody, my name is Blair Kaplan. I am a Maryland medical cannabis patient. I'm a certified event leader and facilitate events for Maryland cannabis patients, and I own a special events company called Lone Wolf District.
All righty. Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha Epps. I am a patient in the medical market, and I also work at a dispensary called Ritual Dispensary in Curtis Bay, Maryland. I've been in the industry since about the time it started in 2017. I got my first job working in the industry in 2018 and have been loving it ever since. I've actually been to one of Blair's events before, which has been awesome. It was around my birthday time in the summertime. So it's a really good industry that I'm glad to say that I'm a part of. So, yeah.
It was just the July 4th event, Buds, Lunch, Brunch, and Barbecue.
Absolutely. My birthday was July 3rd, so it was perfect planning to like go out, meet new people around my birthday, and smoke a lot of weed and network.
Right.
Yes, that's what it is all about that community. So, I kind of, we've got a bit of background about who we have here tonight. We're going to slide over and let our moderator for the night go ahead and get this discussion started. I will ask that if you have a little bit of background in your area, just go ahead and mute your mic if you're not talking. I got to tell y'all that behind the scenes, my bad. But I'm going to go ahead and actually mute myself and moderate some comments from the side. But you all go ahead. Let's get started.
Okay. All righty. Let's start with the first question, ladies. The first question is going to be, what was your first experience with cannabis and how did it lead you to where you are today? We can start with Ms. Cromwell if you want to answer.
All right. My first experience. I started consuming loud because I had noticed it had stopped my seizures and my blackouts. I was already consuming weed, but it took me a minute to mess with that loud because addiction runs really high in my family. I'm a first generation crack baby, so I always had to be really careful on everything, and I've always been cautious in the way of every move I've ever made. But when I first started smoking loud, my seizures and my blackouts just stopped. And so we realized, and this is before all of the medical stuff. So I just knew something was. I just knew something was right with it. Then I ended up having to have brain surgery because I suffered from a neurological condition called Chiari malformation, and it masked a lot of symptoms. A lot of people still don't even have knowledge on this condition, but it'll mask a lot of different symptoms. It'll have you thinking you crazy because the doctors are telling you crazy, and you know what you're feeling and you know what you're going through. But again, it was helping with that too. But when I had my brain surgery, my neurosurgeon tells me off the record. He says, off the record, your cannabis consumption really saved your life. Off the record, and that just stuck with me. That just really stuck with me. Now, mind you, after my brain surgery, almost 2 years, I had to go to the pharmacy, and my legal monthly prescription was fentanyl, Oxycontin, oxycodone, and Xanax. Now, mind you, I can't get that to myself, so I'm going to fill this for almost 2 years after my surgery. But is riding with me off the record. The consumption saved your life. Now I'm digging now. Medical started to come full blast. A lot of the research, we start to have access to it. That just made me want to just get into it more. When I spoke to my doctor and I asked him how he felt about holistic health and, alternative healing and stuff, he told me his exact words was, I just advise you, whatever works for you, you stick with that. Now, mind you, he's been my doctor, so he knew my levels and everything. So I just took it and I just ran with it. And I just dove into the cannabis industry. I put myself everywhere. When I tell you everywhere, I put myself everywhere from here to DC, political stuff, private sessions, just wanting to know everything. And then that's when I learned about the endocannabinoid system. And then that's when I realized how much it was helping me, how much what he said off the record, I can say on the record, yeah, it's 100%, and it assists with neurological disorders, and I 100% believe that it helped me kick my habit. I'm not pill bashing enough because if I'm ever in an accident or I need surgery, of course, I hope you need something to take that pain away, but I don't believe that's something that we need to be messing with every day. I didn't had to bury too many people, and when those numbers go up, it's a lot of my relatives, friends. I had to do something about that for myself. Now I'm a certified recovery coach, and I 100% believe cannabis assists and will help with this opioid crisis for real, as well as other things. But yeah, I'm standing in the middle. I'm standing right there because it helped me, and I'm not stopping. And that's where Kitty Weedy came from. She jumped out the canna closet. She 2 years old now. So she just like that proud natural lady that she don't gotta hide what she does, what healed her, no, it's not her allergies. She hides shit on purpose, and she taking care of business. We those successful stoners the world was scared about. And I'm not afraid to. That's Kitty Weedy.
All right. Deidre, you were a little bit choppy in the middle of the presentation, so if you could check your connection. I just wanted they were saying that we're a bit choppy. I thought it was my Wi-Fi. Everybody thought it was Wi-Fi. So, but no, that is a powerful story, and I'm gonna go ahead and hop back off and go ahead and let you all continue.
So, hello. As you guys know, I'm Adria Moore. My first experience with cannabis, I think I was maybe like 12. So my best friend, I used to always be over her house. We would spend weeks at each other's houses in the summertime. And her mom had some like stems and seeds in her little stash. And she was like, "Oh, we got to try this. Come on." So I was like, "All right, girl, let's do it." So we took a walk and we had a bowl and we were popping stems and seeds. I didn't feel anything. But when I became a teenager, preteen, I developed a condition called hidradenitis suppurativa, where you get abscesses. It's chronic. It's very painful. It manifests in several ways. You get fevers, you get malaise, sometimes you get GI issues. And I've had it since I was probably about 12. So it's a long-term thing. And I noticed when I was a teenager and I would hang with my little friends and we would, puff before, hotbox in the car before an event or on the way to McDonald's or whatever it was. I would notice that I would get a lot of relief from my symptoms. And I was like, maybe I'm on to something here. Fast forward, had my son when I was young, decided to become a registered nurse, and I kicked it in nursing school just because, number one, I was like, I don't know if they're going to test me. And, there's a stigma and, just so many issues that are attached to, consumption. So fast forward, I had another child a few years back, and I was no longer working bedside in nursing. And my symptoms were exacerbated. I was having flares probably like twice a month. And when I say it was just like nonstop, it was really bad. And so I decided to, see if I could get my card, what we call our card, but your medical cannabis certification in the state of Maryland. I did it, and I started off with, pre-rolls and just experimentation. And I found what works for me. Started doing research on the endocannabinoid system, what terpenes work for me, what they can do for, certain symptoms, how they work together, the entourage effect, as well as different cannabinoids that can help assist and kind of push that THC to where it needs to go and help land on those proper receptor sites. And I started getting even greater relief. I had to step out of work due to some issues with my youngest child, family first. So I decided to take a break from nursing. And hey, there's no other place I would rather be than in the cannabis industry. So I work for Nature's Medicines, Crofton now. I was very nervous when I interviewed because I don't have anything on paper stating that I have experience in this area. However, being here has taught me tons and tons of things. And I actually was in the program at University of Maryland at Baltimore for the Cannabis Science and Therapeutics program. However, it wasn't the time at the moment, but I do plan to either get into that or branch out within cannabis nursing in the industry to continue to help people, because I just see such a change in everyone and myself. My mom the other night, she was like, your eyes, something's wrong with your eyes. I know that look. And I was like, mine's 420. So she wasn't too pleased, but I'm an adult. I consume responsibly, and, it's medication. And I had to remind her, I too am a patient. And that's my story.
So the very first time I tried cannabis, I was 13 years old. And at the time I thought I was grown. I've always been told I was a old soul or a wise soul. So I've always gotten along with people that were older than me. With that being said, I was hanging out with two girls who were 18 at the time. I was a freshman in high school. They were seniors in high school. And I went over to one of their houses. There was, a little playground behind her house, and we smoked a blunt. And I think that's why, I've always smoked blunts. My Instagram is Backwoods Blair. I smoke blunts. And I think that's because I was introduced to them the very first time. And, every other time I smoked with them afterwards. And my first time trying cannabis, even though I didn't feel high, the overall experience was very powerful because, again, I was 13 years old. A little over a year before that, I had lost my brother in a car crash. An 18-wheeler hit him and two friends. The two drivers survived and the two passengers didn't. He was 19 at the time. It was a week before my 12th birthday. And, fast forward to the first time I smoked a blunt, I tried weed. That was the first time in over a year that I felt anything other than numbness or rage. And that was really powerful for me. And it kind of opened the door to emotions again, whether they be good or bad. Weed made me feel things again, as weird as that sounds, but it was very powerful. That's probably why I smoke as much as I do these days. But it was a great experience because I was in such a dark place, and having a 1-hour smoke sesh with two girls way too old to be my friends at the time, helped me get to where I am now, helped me start the healing process of that very traumatic event.
I mute myself. All right. I can answer a little bit of this question. My first experience with cannabis, I was young. I was a teenager. It was spring break. I was about 15 years old. And of course, one of my best friends till this day, her older brother was his senior year. And of course, seniors, their 420 was their senior skip day. And so I was just curious about smoking cannabis. And at the time, I felt like I was with people who had been doing it for a long time. Probably not, but who cares at the time. And We roll up some. I remember my first time we smoked 4 blunts back to back. It was extreme. Like my throat was on fire, but I couldn't like act like it. I had to act cool. But I just remember like me and my friends, we just literally geeked to the point I felt like I had 6-pack. Like we were just laughing, had an amazing time, and every time I think of cannabis, it just reminds me honestly of a little bit of happiness. Like I love to laugh. I love to bring laughter to people. Cannabis helps me do that. It helps people think that I'm funny, whatever it is, because they're relaxed. And it has led me to working in the cannabis industry. For years, I was a server bartender. So me transitioning to what they call a bud tender in the industry, or at the places I've worked, a patient care advisor. Cannabis has just been my passion to just help other people, get relief from anxiety. Their mental health is just really something that I like to focus on, which I know a lot of people, they use it for pain and things like that. But a lot of with your mental health, your mood comes from your disorder sometimes. So, I mean, it can affect your mood is what I'm trying to say. So cannabis has led me to help other people and to see it in a different light and help remove that stigma. So that's my little part on that. Our next question is, what do you enjoy most about working or participating in the industry in Maryland? So, Keisha, did you want to answer that last question? Or did you already?
I gave my little spiel earlier, but I will say one of the things, just kind of jumping it off, one of the things that I love about this industry, whether it's participating, going to one of Blair's events, going to a networking event, or actually working in the industry, is building communities, because I see all of the threads of folks and bringing them together as a passion. So that's what I enjoy.
Yes.
Kitty girl, you are muted. You are muted. We just see your mouth.
I'm sorry.
All right. Start over.
The knowledge I gained, the people I met, the places I've been, I can't make this up. It's amazing, in the community of people. Like when I tell you, they want to see you win more than you want to see you win. They see things in you that you might not even see in you, and just so it's so genuine. Like for real, it's just real genuine. I just loved it. I love the Maryland community. I just loved it. I just love it. I love the moves we making. I just love it. Like you see the same familiar faces, and now we family, because it's almost going on 2-3 years, and no, it's love. It's unconditional, real love, for real, and I love it.
I'll grab the microphone. Thank you, Kitty. That was heartwarming. But I have grown so much over the past. It's been less than a year, man. But just looking at the people I've met, the people that have been affected by this industry, and seeing people grow, and just kind of watching people morph into what they're supposed to be, from this powerful medication that wasn't available to us. Seeing people who were around back in the 70s and 70s and early 80s, and they come in and they're like, man, I just never would have thought that I'd be coming to a store to buy weed. So and just hearing their stories, and hearing just some of the things that people face every day and overcome. I love helping people, and my job is like my family. Even though I'm not here, it is a running joke that I'm kind of like the ghost of Nature's Medicines. But hey, but just seeing some of the patients come in, and how we work together as a family to kind of help them. It's a group effort. It takes a village to raise kids. It takes a village to help somebody find the medication that works for them. Just the other day we had a patient come in. It was her first time here, and she was older, probably in her 70s. And she came in with her husband and was looking for, something to help with pain. She was still on tramadol, and I looked at what she had gotten the previous purchase and helped her, kind of led her or pointed her in the right direction. And it's just so nice when you see them come back and they're like, yeah, I need this right here. They're holding the bottle and they're showing you. And you can educate people as well. So having the literature and pamphlets, or whether it be a Facebook group or a website like Leafly, where they can go in and research the different aspects of the medication to help them. It's just wonderful seeing people grow and heal. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off Adria. What I love so much about this community, and what I love about being a part of this community, is just the connection and the acceptance that there is. I've never met such a diverse, interesting, sometimes kind of weird group of people that just accept everyone as they are. Like, we're a bunch of fucking weirdos, and everyone just loves everyone, and it's beautiful to be a part of that. As someone that is bullied in high school over weight, or being the only mixed kid, black kid in a white school, whatever it is, like, being a part of this community was the first time I really felt accepted by anyone in my life. And it's been such a game changer in my personal development and my personal growth. And it's made me really love giving that feeling back to people. And that's why I love doing what I do. And that's why I miss events so much, because I have the opportunity to give back the love and the kindness and the respect that I've received from this community. I have the chance to give it back to everyone else, and it's just really rewarding to be a part of this community.
That was great. My little bit on it, what I enjoy is just being a part of it, like just showing up, having the ability to show up. Sometimes I'll just be not having nothing to do just because I work so much, and when I get the time to make a Spark event or Blair's event, or I think it was all four of us, we were at the Maryland Leaf. That was like a lit party. Like, I have not been to something so organized, but we were just still all networking, and they were doing giveaways, and then it was time to not pass lunch, but smoke and take our medicine, and it was just like pictures were going. It was just a really just good time, and that's what I look forward to. So I'm glad that I'm get invited to these things too. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry guys, like my friends that aren't in it as much as me, or just not as passionate about it as me. I'm like, oh no, I gotta go this place, and they're like looking at me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, they're family. But anyway, let's keep going. So the third question: how do you explain what you do to your family and friends? We like to start.
I'm a herb nerd, and I'm a herb nerd, and I'm just there to fill in the blanks for real, because everybody don't know how to talk to people, or a lot of people don't know how to talk to our community. So I'm just that person. I feel as though, I go out and I get all of the knowledge, and I'm down in Annapolis, and I'm helping to make power moves and setting in these meetings. So I know what's going on. So I can take it back to my community, so I can share it. So I just tell them I'm a herb nerd. I'm almost a cannabis expert, but right now I'm just studying in my school with no walls.
So there's a running joke about what I do for a living now. People who know me in my previous career, they're always like looking at me questioning. And, every once in a while I'll hear when there's somebody saying, well, what's Adria doing now? What hospital are you at now? And so I tell them, I'm like, well, yeah, I sell drugs now. It's a joke. Probably get slapped on the hand for saying it, but I don't sell drugs. I do explain to people that I help, patients find what cannabis works for them. And I'm an educator. I am, a dispensary agent. I'm still a nurse. I can't work off my license legally right now, but that doesn't mean I can't share my knowledge with people and be able to assist them, and also recognizing, certain things that may not be on the normal aspect and kind of directing them back to their physician to get checked out. So at daycare and at, elementary school for my little one, I work in the pharmacy. Because little ones, they may not be able to grasp the understanding, and then my family, my immediate family, it just kind of slipped out. I work in a dispensary. What is that? Oh, this is what I do. I help patients find cannabis. I learn about the flower and the plant and the different aspects and modalities of treatment, and I educate them as well. And I have a few people actually under my wing now that I'm trying to help them get their card, because I ain't giving you no hookups, but that's not what we do. But I can direct you in the right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with family, it's really easy. I live with my parents. My parents are a huge part of my events. I annoy them the night before, cooking all the food until 3 a.m. They are here at the events, judging contests and shit. My parents are very supportive of what I do. When I meet someone new, I introduce myself. They say, "Oh, what do you do?" I say, "Oh, I'm a certified event planner. I, facilitate events here in Maryland." And every single time I say that, the next question out of their mouth is, "Oh, what kind of events do you do?" Well, I host for Maryland cannabis patients. Thank you so much for asking. And I've never had a negative response to that. It's always either surprise or surprise and, "Oh, okay, cool." And then they ask another question about it, about, being a patient, etc. Or they're just like, "That's so dope." So I'm just very open about it. I always try to encourage an open and honest conversation about, not just cannabis, but everything in life. And I just kind of, ease them into asking the right question for me to just say, like, yeah, I plan events for cannabis patients. So, yeah.
To my friends in am I on mute? No, I'm good. Okay. So when in the beginning, I was really excited to tell people I worked in a dispensary, just because I'm just known at parties, just from where I was from, always being the one outside smoking cannabis. So every time I tell somebody, a close friend of mine, I'm like, "Oh, I work in the dispensary around the corner," or now I work at another one, but, "Oh, I work in the dispensary." They were like, "Oh, okay, I can definitely see you doing that." Like, they'll joke like, "Oh, you got some," and I'd be like, whatever I say. And then, or to my family and friends, just so a lot of the older folks, so they can take me seriously. Like, I gotta explain exactly what I do, but I try to talk to them as if I'm like talking to my patients, just so they can know I'm not just having this fun retail job and this is just a fad. Like, this is something that I help people. I help people that didn't have any other options. Like, they've tried everything and medicine's not working anymore. So I try to explain, people don't just like, "Oh, this is the first thing they've tried." A lot of people have tried doctors in Western medicine for so long, and they need something additional, because I don't even inform patients to like just drop everything. Of course you shouldn't do that. Your body would be all out of whack. But to be able to have that cannabis along the side with your medicine, and then how you can see that you can take less medicine, I tell that to my family. And then, I've had family members, sneak me to the side, like, "I've been a patient already," or, "Back in my day, and when I was in college, I was the man to get the cannabis. Now it runs." Like, I've had everything. So it's really been more positive than negative, just because how I carry it. I don't, I can have the jokes. I got some good ones up my sleeve about what I do, but I've really tried to be serious and explain what I do to my family. Alrighty. So the fourth question: If you could change or wave a magic wand in the Maryland medical industry, what would it be and why? Peter, we can't hear you.
I'm the worst. I swear. I'm sorry, yeah. But transparency, for real. My magic wand on the Maryland medical industry, it need to be colorblind. They not who they said they was from the beginning, and it's not cool. And what I mean by that is everybody need a fair chance. It's a medical industry. We supposed to be going by medical rules. We can't bring that street knowledge to the table. That's what was told in the very beginning. So, for an example, you violate street, you lie, you tell a slick story, you're gonna get punched in your throat. They lie, tell a slick story. The rules are changed to fit them, and it's not cool. Everything is just, it's not transparent. They're not who they say they are, and they pass the buck too much on each other instead of taking responsibility for your actions. Where you messing up at, where you doing wrong with. Okay, it's a brand new industry. We can understand that, but the lies and the games and it's sad. It's really sad. Like, okay, here go an example. I got a quick example.
Hold on, before you give this example, give us a quick shakeout of your Wi-Fi, because you are giving me choppy, and everybody is telling me it, and I'm loving it. Hold on, what is it? Which one is it? Is it me? Let me make sure. All right.
Can you hear me? Because it say it's good, but it could be my area. I don't know.
All right, no. Because your message is important, and I feel it. Yeah, so I just want to make sure that it comes across to everyone who's watching and loving the conversation right now.
Okay. Am I good? Can you hear me still? Am I choppy?
You're not choppy, but you're a little delayed. But it's all good. Delayed is okay.
Okay.
All right, action.
I can't hear you, Keith.
Action.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I don't know what the average time or the minutes, moments, days are now with the cards, how they set people, how they give on their cards out. I haven't been on there I'm over that. But 8 months, have somebody sign up for their card in July. They don't get approval until the end of March. But they done already had to start getting the chemo and the radiation and stuff already. They took that $50 real fast. Never sent no email or nothing. But then when that person passed away, now they're getting messages and stuff. Like, that is crazy. This person really needed it. They could have got a chance, man. They could have got a chance with some RSO. They could have got a chance. But picking and choosing, that's not cool. You can't. So transparency, we need to see, we need to be able to see through it all. Like, it can't just be one way, for real. And they got to play fair. We ain't playing no sideways, halfway street codes. You can't be doing that because you get punched in the throat or worse.
Period.
No, we got right.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, am I here? Oh yeah. Thank you, Keisha. I'm not Keisha, Kitty Weedy. My bad. But if I could wave a magic wand and just change something up, I think the main thing would be like home grow. Let us cultivate. Let us grow our own medication. Because like when I tell you, everybody can't afford, dispensary prices. Everybody don't need something that's, 25, 32% and higher. Give us a chance to grow our own medication so we could heal ourselves. That's like the biggest thing for me, and we're one state away from a legal state who, they rec is legal, medical is legal. It's our nation's capital. Residents can grow. Why can't we? Like, I know look, the bottom line is money. If we're taking money out of these growers' pockets, so be it. But with it being labeled as medical marijuana, we need to be doing, or medical cannabis, we need to be doing what's best for the patients. And I feel as though, grow, and also some of the rules and laws don't make any sense. You live in an apartment building. You can't consume in your home.
Right.
I could take Percocet all day at home, pop them left and right. Not pill shaming. I get it. Some people need it. But you mean to tell me I can't consume my medication that I paid for with my money and obtain legally with my certification that came out of my allotment, and I could be evicted for consuming in my home. So I think, home grow, and also, the consumption laws need to change.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with both of you. If I could wave a magic wand and change something in our medical industry, it would be to close the bridge between race, between black and white in this industry. I walk a very dangerous but very powerful line, being black and white. I was adopted at birth by an entirely white family. My dad is Jewish, grew up in upper middle white class Howard County. But the older I get and the more people I meet, like these wonderful ladies here, the more I am allowed to explore that black side of me. And I say all of that to say, I'm absolutely honored to be just accepted as a black woman, even though I'm half black, by all of you ladies here. And as accepted as I am in this community, I would just like to see that more in general in this community, and I know it's not intentional. I'd love to assume it's not intentional, but there's too many times where I see a group of people and there's, 6 white guys all smiling, looking like frat boys. And then there's the 2 black guys at the end. And it's like, why can't we just be together? I would love to see us bridge the gap between black and white in this community.
Good one. Good one. Okay. If I could change something, it would be, I don't know. Should have got ready. One thing I would want to change, because I don't see myself leaving this industry, is giving people that are going to want to stay in this industry and work an opportunity to gain some equity into it. I know that I come up with bomb ass ideas all the time, and knowing that I don't mind sharing my ideas with folks or sharing it with these companies and everything, but I want my worth for it. And I know that I would give my all into a company if I know I'm putting my hours in it, and then how much money that I know that I've spent already into this market. If I knew that they were taking a little bit out of my check to put into their company, I would ask for that compensation. Hey, I work for you. I put these hours in. I buy the product from you where I could have bought it here. I knew by working in the dispensary, if you could offer me equity, that could change my life in a long time. Because a lot of people, they're given this opportunity to have this dispensary, have this grow, but not that it's a problem, but they came for money. So for me to kind of change it, I would like to be able to be in those boardrooms with the people who make these decisions, because I'm teaching the patients every day face to face. I'm the front. So it's just to be given the opportunity, hey, I'm taking you onto my company. Would you like long-term some equity? I would jump on that. But a lot of people don't know it. They just think it's oh my God, it's so good to just be a part of the industry. It is in the beginning. But now I'm seeing how much people are really making multi-millions of dollars. Can I get a little corner? Please. I want to change my life too. I want to create generational wealth. Just like I want to be able to, I have a niece or nephew or a cousin in the long run, and they want to come to their aunt or mother and cousin and be like, hey, I need $20,000 for this. I want to be able to do that for my family. And in our community, we don't have that a lot of the times. We have to go to people who don't have the same skin color as us, and they're a little iffy about sharing us giving money because we don't have anything to show for it. But with, you got Billy Bob over here, and his uncle don't mind throwing him a couple $100,000 just to give him a chance. And I want to create that for my family and my community. So if these companies could offer equity for people who plan to be here in the long run and people like me, I think you'll get even harder workers. You'll get harder employees. So that's what I wish that could change. All right. So our last question is, how can people connect with you? So if you could give out your different social media handles, your emails, if you want out your phone number, I guess I wouldn't, but just how people can connect with you.
Well, you come down to the Cannabis Science Conference from June 29th to July the 1st. I have a poster that'll be previewing in Baltimore called Weed and Weaves. But in the meantime, you can get to me on Facebook, Keidra Cromwell, and on Instagram, you can find me at Keedy Weedy. But I hope to see y'all down at the Cannabis Science Conference. They have a lot of they got some discounts on board for the patients and for the vets, and it's June 29th to July 1st, hopefully. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think, and I'll confirm with Josh, I think patients get a really steep price deal. At least they were doing that in April. So I'll confirm with that and make sure that we circulate that throughout the networks. But yes, congratulations on that too.
Thank you.
Yes.
So you can find me on Instagram at His Portion 2019. His Portion 2019 on Facebook. I'm me, Adria Moore. Twitter, Who's That Girl 1980. Yeah, I'm old. Work mom up in here. But or if you're a patient, you can come on down to the dispensary. We're right in Crofton on Crofton Boulevard, Nature's Medicines Crofton. I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday afternoon. I get off at 5. So come on down and see me, Keisha. I love y'all so much.
Love you too.
So you can find me mostly on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I got a personal Facebook. We can be friends. My name is Blair Kaplan. Blair with an E, Kaplan with a C. My Instagram is Backwoods Blair. And my event company, Lone Wolf District's Instagram is Lone Wolf District. Thank you so much, Keisha, for having us. I really appreciate you.
You can find me. I'm on Facebook, Aisha Epps. You can look me up that way, or Instagram, Canna_B_Ish. That's my cannabis page. I do have a regular just Ish, EESHH Instagram as well, but I'm mostly on Canna B Ish mostly, and I talk about a bunch of cannabis stuff on there. You can find me on there. Or also you can find me at Ritual Dispensary, brand new dispensary, just opened actually during the pandemic. We were set to open a little bit after 420, so we opened up March, I want to say 19th, brand new. It's woman owned. So please come check us out. We have 15% off for veterans, 22 for vets, industry 15% off. So please come check us out. Our websites are posted daily, leafly, weed maps, all that good stuff.
Yes.
And what county is Ritual in?
Ritual in Anne Arundel County.
Anne Arundel County. And
it is right near Baltimore.
Yes. One of the newest. Anne Arundel had some really, really strict boundaries, zoning. Crofton actually had that same issue as well. So I'm really excited to see Ritual.
I drive. I drive to.
Yes, you'll like it. We're doing curbside right now, but when we get to be out here in these streets. I can't wait to have a grand opening. I hope to invite all of you ladies out there.
Yes, Rip.
You'll know we'll be there. We'll be there.
Yeah,
Driving with the car. Carpool. Blair's driving. Blair's driving.
Blair's not driving shit. I'm gonna have my mask on in my own little vehicle, practicing my social distancing because I live with a 67 and 71-year-old, so we can't be doing all that. I'm gonna be there.
No,
I'm gonna be there.
This is back when we can go outside
safe.
again.
You can pretend to carpool. We can Zoom about it afterwards. I don't know, calling people on the phone when we're driving and shit, but like we can do something.
We'll FaceTime you on the way.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
We'll definitely. All right. So thank you all so much for joining. We're about to wrap this up. I'm going to check the comments for any.
Did you want to answer questions?
Yes.
Isn't it a giveaway time?
Yes. So there is a giveaway. But I'll make sure I post that information after the live because it's kind of contingent on watching this here. So don't worry.
Gotcha.
We got it. Let's see. We've got a lot of questions. Shout out to Chris. Chris is another amazing woman in the cannabis industry.
Yes. Hey, Chris. Love you.
Living the big life. So hopefully we'll get you on the next one because you're also doing great things with MDMJ. So I have no idea who's got this. Instead, I found it. All right. So there were a lot of really great shout outs. Everybody wanted to say hello. You all can check out these comments after this is posted. Just lots of love. So I'm glad that we were able to get you all together. A lot of the questions that we have either been answered or we're going to bring Chris on and have her answer, in her style as to some of the because she's got some really great content that she can share as well. But as I wrap it up, Aisha, did I forget anything? Is there anything else I need to hop on?
No, I think that's it. I think we got everything.
Okay, well, just to let you all know, you can find the Maryland Cannabis Community Partnership on our Facebook. We've also got an active Instagram and a website, exploremarylandcannabis.org. We are officially in membership season, so our membership open house is this Sunday. We'll be giving away one of these lovely masks here that is in support of Decriminalized Nature DC, and as well a full membership for the year. So I'll be talking about membership, what we have to offer, what conversations like this will occur, and I'm really excited to support the community. So I'm excited that you all joined today. I'm excited and honored. Just completely filled with so much emotion. So shout out to all of our family and friends who are watching. I'm getting text messages out the wazoo. Thank you all for supporting us. My mom says hello. Shout out to my mom. And I will see you all in the next live. Feel free to follow along through the rest of the week. We'll be hosting sessions with a college professor at Anne Arundel Community College. We've got COVID-19 conversations coming up. And of course, we've got that membership coming up. And then Blair, you got gratitude session on Friday, right?
Yes, every Friday, 1:30 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I host a gratitude session. So I lead us through meditation or visualization. And then I just kind of open the floor to reflective questions and try to bring about the gratitude that we can all share during this uncertain time. So it's 1:30 to 2 p.m. every single Friday. It's on Zoom. If you're interested, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to have you join us.
It's the best part of the week.
Yay! Good way to start the weekend.
Yes. So thank you all for joining us once again. I'm doing this clapping thing, which I'm going to hate when I watch this replay. But we're going to go ahead and end this live, and we will see you all tomorrow for our next session. And if not, we'll see you somewhere on the internet or in dispensary. Check out Ritual. Go to Blair's event. Hit up Keedy at the Cannabis Science Conference, and go to Nature's Medicine Crofton, which is my favorite dispensary. Shout out to Rob. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Go ahead and support all of the ventures and all of these lovely organizations. So I will see you all next time. Peace.
All right.
Peace. See ya.